Have you ever paused to wonder what really makes your cat purr with delight? Beyond the usual food dishes and cozy nap spots, there lies a rich world of feline pleasures that most owners never even realize. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the surprising and sometimes mischievous things your cat truly loves. We'll uncover each delight in detail, weaving in heartwarming anecdotes, practical insights, and even a few corrections to common misconceptions. By the end, you'll see your furry companion in a whole new light, and maybe learn a trick or two about deepening that special bond. Ready? Let's begin. Picture your cat perched on the edge of your coffee table, eyes locked on your favorite mug. With the slowest, most deliberate paw extension, they give it a gentle nudge, watching it teeter, wobble, and finally topple to the floor with a satisfying clatter. To the casual observer, this may look like pure mischief. In reality, your cat is conducting a miniature physics experiment every time they bat that object off a surface. Cats are natural-born predators, and understanding cause and effect is an important hunting skill. By observing how different items fall, bounce, or roll, they learn about texture, weight, and motion. A pin rolling under the couch offers a different lesson than a sock that flops flat. Over time, these experiences help refine their paw-eye coordination and spatial awareness, skills that would have been critical for hunting small prey in the wild. But there's often a second motive: attention. Many cats discover that knocking something over immediately captures your focus. Even a sharp no or a startled look from you can reinforce this behavior. One viewer shared how her tabby and she would play a game for half an hour. She'd place an unbreakable object on the edge of the table, the cat would swat it off, she'd catch it and return it, and the cycle continued. This ritual wasn't about destruction. It was about interactive fun and bonding. So next time you find your phone sliding off the dresser, remember, your cat may be seeking a little science lesson, but they're also just asking you to play. When you settle in for a marathon of your favorite series, you might glance over to see your cat sprawled comfortably beside you. Don't be fooled by their sleepy expression. Many felines are perfectly content just being near you, even if they have no idea what's happening on screen. Yet, when nature documentaries featuring birds, mice, or fish come on, their ears perk up, and their eyes track every flutter and scuttle. One commenter reminisced about her 19-year-old cat who absolutely adored the 1980 stage production of Cats. Whenever a lion roared on screen, he'd respond with his own soft roar, as if he thought he was part of the show. This fascination goes beyond mere curiosity. It taps into their predatory instincts. Motion on a two-dimensional screen triggers the same chase response that real prey would. Even when your cat isn't actively stalking the images, simply being close to you during your TV time is a form of social bonding. To them, you're the safest, warmest spot in the room. Much like best friends lounging in companionable silence, your cat chooses your side because your presence is calming. So the next time you pause the playback to refill your snack bowl, give your kitty a gentle scratch behind the ears. They're enjoying the show just as much as you are. Have you ever finished a workout, wiped away tears during a touching movie, or simply sweated on a hot day, only to have your cat lean in and start licking your skin? While it might feel like a sign of affection, there's a practical reason behind those salty kitty kisses. Cats have an instinctive attraction to salt. In the wild, sodium is a vital nutrient that supports nerve and muscle function, and licking salt deposits off prey or the environment helps meet that need. Although domesticated cats receive all their nutritional requirements from high-quality cat food, the instinct remains. Sweat and tears are rich in salt, making your face or hands an irresistible snack. Beyond the salt factor, grooming each other is one of the strongest expressions of social bonding among cats. When your feline friend licks you, they're treating you like family, an acknowledgement of trust and comfort. One viewer fondly recalled how her elderly mother's cats formed a deep bond by seeking out her worn clothes, but they also showered her with gentle licks whenever she cried for her late feline companion. In those moments, the cats weren't simply tasting salt. They were offering emotional support, a comforting ritual that transcends human words. So embrace those wet little kisses. Your cat is showing you love in the way they know best. If you've woken up to find a lone sock hidden under the couch or your hair tie tucked beneath the cat tree, don't assume it's a random act of feline delinquency. Cats are drawn to familiar scents, and nothing smells more like home than you. By gathering your personal items, socks, underwear, hair ties, even rolled up bills, they create a makeshift nest of your scent, surrounding themselves with what comforts them most. One commenter shared how her mother's cat was fiercely loyal to her, ignoring anyone else in the house except the mother herself. The cat would sleep on the nightgown left on the bed, consistently seeking out that familiar smell in her absence. This behavior is not theft, it's an expression of attachment and security. Your stray sock becomes a tangible reminder of you, a comforting token that soothes your cat's anxieties. Next time you find your favorite t-shirt repurposed as a secret stash, resist the urge to scold. Instead, think of it as a love letter from your cat, proof that they want you close even when you're not there. Consider leaving a designated scent blanket or small box of soft fabrics near their favorite resting spot. This can help satisfy their collecting instinct while keeping your personal items in place. When you spend good money on elaborate cat trees, plush beds, and high-tech toys, you might be perplexed to see your cat ignore them all in favor of a plain cardboard box. Yet for felines, boxes are irresistible for a host of instinctual reasons. Firstly, a box provides a snug, enclosed space that mimics the dens and crevices wild cats seek for safety from predators. Secondly, cardboard is an excellent insulator, capturing and holding body heat. On a cool evening, curling up inside a box is like drifting off in a toasty little sauna. Thirdly, the texture of cardboard is satisfying to scratch and bite, enabling a self-soothing activity that helps alleviate stress. One cat owner observed that simply placing a taped square on the floor turned into an instant magnet. Her cat would sit or roll in that spot for hours. Understanding this, savvy cat owners have turned to DIY solutions, cutting entry holes in larger boxes to create cozy hideaways, or even building multi-level box forts. These simple, inexpensive structures often outperform the fanciest pet furniture. So before you shell out for the next big cat castle, grab a sturdy box from your recycling bin. You'll be amazed at how quickly your feline friend makes themselves at home. There's something both surprising and oddly endearing about sitting quietly when suddenly your cat begins nibbling or licking your hair. Don't worry, they're not auditioning for a role as your personal hairdresser. In the feline world, mutual grooming, or allo-grooming, is one of the strongest social bonds cats can share. When your cat grooms you, they're extending that bond, treating you as part of their family group. This grooming behavior can manifest as gentle nibbling at the ends of your hair, or soft licking of your scalp. Beyond the emotional connection, the repetitive motion of grooming is inherently soothing to cats. Just as humans might fidget with a blanket or doodle on paper, cats groom to relax and regulate their emotions. One viewer noted that her cat would often groom her hair while purring deeply, an unmistakable sign of contentment and trust. If you find the sensation uncomfortable, gently redirect their attention to a plush toy or your hairbrush, letting them groom that instead. Over time, they'll learn where to channel their affectionate impulses. And if you do indulge their grooming, know that every gentle lick is your cat's way of saying, "You're part of my clan, and I care for you." Have you ever picked up the phone and noticed your cat appear out of nowhere, staring intently while you talk? Or perhaps they settle themselves between you and your guests, as though they're part of the meeting. Cats are deeply observant animals, and your voice, especially yours, is a source of safety and comfort. They learn to distinguish your vocal patterns from the ambient noise of daily life, tuning in whenever you speak. Beyond mere curiosity, cats are keenly interested in changes that might affect their routines. Discussions about dinner plans, visits from friends, or the possibility of adopting a new pet trigger their need to stay in the loop. One commenter's uncle discovered this the hard way when his cat would deliberately hang up the phone receiver, back in the landline days, if the conversation dragged on too long. Clearly, he didn't appreciate being left out of the loop. Welcoming your cat into conversations by pausing to scratch their head or include them in your dialogue helps satisfy their social curiosity. You might even practice speaking cat by using soft, sing-song tones that encourage them to respond with chirps or trills. Not only is this fun and interactive, but it deepens your mutual understanding. Nighttime can be a prime opportunity for your cat's inner predator to emerge. Under the cover of your blankets, the slightest movement of your toes becomes irresistible prey. What feels like an unwelcome ambush is simply your cat indulging their crepuscular, dawn and dusk, hunting instincts. When their energy peaks don't align with your sleep schedule, those stealthy pounces and gentle bites are their way of turning bedtime into playtime. If these midnight attacks are leaving you bleary-eyed, consider establishing a pre-sleep play ritual. A short burst of interactive play, using feather wands or laser pointers, can help expend your cat's energy reserves. Follow it up with a small meal, and they may be more inclined to rest while you do. One viewer mentioned how feeding her cat a high-protein snack just before bed led to blissful silence until her own morning alarm. Creating a consistent nightly routine signals to your cat when it's time to play and when it's time to settle down. Over time, many cats adapt, and the tuxedoed ninja under your sheets will transform into a gentle, purring pal. Cats are naturally most active at twilight hours. Their ancestors hunted at dawn and dusk to coincide with the movements of prey species. As domestic companions, they haven't shed this trait, so when the sky dims or lightens, expect a vocal performance designed to rouse you from sleep. Their meows, yowls, and paw taps are alarm clock-like reminders that breakfast, and perhaps some attention, await. These vocal ceremonies can be startling, especially when your cat seems to hit the perfect frequency that bypasses even the heaviest slumber. Before resigning yourself to bleary mornings, experiment with environmental enrichment. Puzzle feeders that dispense kibble over time, window perches overlooking bird feeders, or soothing background music can distract them from relying on their human as the sole source of stimulation. Remember, your cat isn't cursing your slumber. They're making sure you don't miss the important business of the day, namely, serving them. And when you finally open your eyes to that insistent meow, take a moment to greet them, share a cuddle, and start the day in harmony. Understanding these 9 delightful quirks, experimenting with gravity, watching TV with you, offering salty kisses, collecting your belongings, obsessing over boxes, grooming you, eavesdropping on your conversations, staging midnight attacks, and serenading you at dawn helps you appreciate the rich, instinct-driven world of your cat. Each behavior, no matter how puzzling or exasperating, stems from ancient survival strategies, social bonding rituals, and that irresistible need to connect with their favorite human, you. If this deep dive into feline favorites has helped you see your cat in a new light, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with fellow cat lovers who might benefit from understanding their furry friends a little better. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we've got a whole world of cat wisdom waiting for you. Until next time, give your kitty an extra scratch behind the ears and enjoy every whisker twitch.